Welcome back to the round of 4. This time it's me against Greippi on Tauren Crater. Greippi? 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 I don't really know how to pronounce his name. I think I mentioned that earlier. Oh well. He plays in like the white and black color. You know the Vaegir from Homeworld 2? Yeah. Looks like that. That sounded really weird the way that I said that, but excuse me. I don't really know where my colors came from. I just like one day I was playing around with colors on Homeworld and I came up with these and I was like, ooh. I were like, yeah, that's good grammar. I was like, ooh, that looks nice. And then I've stuck with it ever since. They've gotten a little bit darker with time. They look really nice on the Vaegir. And the Gaussian have kind of a similar style with like the diagonal lines, you know. Really good looking. Well, standard openings from both players. You see Greippi had 4 on CUs and then he put them onto the RUs later. Same with me. I'm moving out with my production cruiser already and he's getting support cruiser first. Support cruiser first I feel should be punishable by early sand skimmers, and it is against kind of like the average player, but players like Greippi and Garmulator and stuff, they always get away with it. So it seems that pushing against like the support cruiser first build is really not viable with the current meta. We hope to change stuff like this by nerfing the LAVs when we come out with our balance patch, but that's a long ways away. And more importantly probably is nerfing turrets too. You saw my video, yeah. The railguns, you know, they're gonna get a little bit of a damage boost. Anyway, oh, excuse me. Got phlegm in my mouth. Point is, I popped over this dude and I saw nothing, and so I thought, okay, it's a support cruiser first build. He salvaged his base runner, I think. This was not the case, and you'll see this comes to haunt me. But I'm basically thinking, okay, well I want to deny the second base then, unless he moves the carrier to the second base, in which case I can run in and deny the first base. And there's no base runner here to set down turrets, so I should be able to do that fairly freely. He meanwhile is going for AAV fabrication already. And I'm going for assault ship tech. About the same time. This is going to be done like 30 seconds earlier, so significant tech advantage in that case goes to Greippi. He's going to see me moving backward there, so he's going to pop back with his carrier. But that's fine with me. That's really what I wanted to do, is just deny a little bit of mining time if I can. It's only 4 sand skimmers after all, and they've already, I think, made up of in value just by delaying this just a little bit. Here's the base runner in the back line, doing some sick drifts. And it's going to be setting down a turret, of course. So that's nothing new, really. There's the turret. And this turret, of course, is going to deny that second base. Whereas I can't really deny Greippi's second base particularly well now because there's AAVs starting to come out on the field and get a little bit of damage on this support cruiser. That tends to translate into economic damage pretty well. Because of course it takes time for them to heal this thing, otherwise it's more susceptible later to attacks. I'm going to just go ahead and try to extract an artifact, and then I'm going to be rather upset about this turret in my back line. I'm going to try to clear that out if there's any way that I can do that. But I notice he's moving up here and I feel like he's going to set down a turret, so I move these salvagers into position where they can use their det pack to knock the turret out. Meanwhile there's AAVs coming in. But I feel, you know, assault ships are superior in this position. I should be able to push these AAVs back, or at least stop them from pushing in on me using my assault ships here. He sees that, he's going to back away, he agrees with me. That turret is highlighted, that means he's trying to put it down, but he doesn't have enough CUs for it, which is kind of funny. There's the det packs, but it doesn't actually go down. Oh no. Apparently it takes 4 to kill a turret. Oh, put it down, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Put it. Put down the charge! Alright. Looks like 2 soldiers went down there, which is pretty frustrating. Oh, and on the back of this as well, I remember this from the game now. Because I was paying attention over there, I didn't even notice that I was getting attacked here, so one assault ship is going to go down for free. And this production cruiser now looks like it's in a horrible position, and it's still moving forward, which is quite bad, isn't it? So this support cruiser could definitely go down here. I think it probably will. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to stop this. In fact, it might go down even before the assault ship comes out. Crushing. Of course, if a unit dies when another unit is coming out of it, the unit that's coming out of it just dies, you know. So you don't get that back. And you also don't get a refund for units that were killed as they were like being produced. You notice that I canceled the additional assault ship that was coming out of this the production cruiser, which is a good move there because it saves me all the resources for that ship. But still, I mean, you know, production cruiser went down, so this is obviously very, very, very bad for me. I feel like this is also pretty much over already, but we'll see how long I can stay in it. But you know, there's AAVs coming in here. Already still this turret here, I haven't been able to clear this out, so I'm off of my second base, and he's getting onto a third, with fighter and gunship fabrication getting finished pretty soon. What is my advantage, you know? Sometimes I like to think, okay, well, I'm behind on economy, but maybe I'm ahead in this way. I'm behind, you know, on military might, but maybe I'm ahead in this way. But what is my advantage here? What do I have on my opponent? Not even, you know, air tech, because he got it before me, and he's actually producing before me as well. It is a dark time. I don't even have refinery mode finished, so I'm taking an eco hit by clearing out this turret over here. It's not looking good. The heretic turret will fall, which is crucial. Now it looks like this base runner wants to go in and put down another cheeky one. You can see I'm still trying to probe my opponent, trying to find some spot where I can attack from, because I'm thinking I need to do something. I didn't know, of course, that he had 3 bases, but I suspected as much. That seems like the thing that you would do in this scenario. And then eventually he'll just be able to choke me out, unless I can get some kind of, like, nasty gank on him right now, but it doesn't look possible. He's covered his bases. 3 sand skimmers is not going to be able to do anything to this. Well, I knew he was going to try to put down another turret, so I zoned that off with the assault ships, and in fact, I will clean out the base runner, so that's nice. My base is mine again, but how long is that going to last is the question. And it looks like all of these sand skimmers will get cleaned up as well, due to some nice assault ship microing from Greippi. Because of the nice movement from Greippi, he gets that one very well. And now a whole bunch of strike fighters are getting dialed out, as they say. These cowards docking back with the carrier because they don't even know what they're doing. I feel for him. I did not know this was happening in game. I might just GG out right after having seen this. You say I actually am killing them because production cruiser anti-air is pretty good and I've got an interceptor out on the field, but not nearly fast enough. And now that he's seen that I have this, he's just going to target it down. As well he should. Although maybe he'll get away. Look at that clutch interceptor. Got like 3 kills and didn't even die. He's a flying ace. But another production cruiser of mine will fall. I've got no production cruiser left. I mean, what's my advantage, like I was saying? You know, I don't see any way that this game is really winnable from this position. So I'll probably GG pretty quickly once I come to my senses here. Interestingly, the base runner heal ability can heal like air units, so in that situation I could actually use the base runner to heal my interceptor. Why this is the case, I do not know, but it is. Oh, that interceptor is still alive. Sean. Like Sean the sheep, but Sean the interceptor. He's a good one, you know? He knows what he's doing. Right, well, Greippi definitely knows that assault ships beat AAVs, so he's just gonna kite them back into his base. Has he got some kind of tech to respond to this? Yeah, he's getting railguns. But I might be able to do some economic damage here, actually, but... Of course, these darn coalition players, they're very on top of their smoke micro. Assault ships still getting hit by these air units. AAVs showing their strength, what they lack in raw damage output, they definitely make up in that smoke ability, which is one of the defining abilities of any coalition players, how well he's able to use smokes. All of these assault ships get cleaned up. And honestly, I'm amazed I haven't just quit the game already. I really should. I mean, I can kind of waste his time at this point, but I can't really win. You know, a lot of people like don't like it when their opponent resigns early in a game, but there's a quote from Alexandra Kostyanyuk, which is like one of the Russian grandmasters in chess, but she is woman, so is special. She says something along the lines of like, if you look at everything, yeah, there's the GG right there. If you look at everything in terms of like how much time you're spending on stuff, it doesn't make sense to spend time in the game when you already know you're gonna lose. So you might as well resign and then spend more time in parts of the game where you can actually win, or something like that. Obviously, I don't actually know the quote there, but it's a really cool one because it basically tells you like there's nothing wrong with resigning when you know you've lost. It just gives you more opportunities to practice in situations where you can still win. I don't know. I like it. It's a nice philosophy. I'm going to use it as I explode in a massive cloud of blue electricity. In real life, don't do this because then you die. But in a video game, it's totally fine. So, Greippi has slain me. However, I've got my second life, of course, in the elimination bracket, so I'll be headed down there. Shall I escape? Time will tell.